First car up in part 2 is the Triumph TR6, basically a development of the Triumph TR5, restyled by Karmann of Germany with the addition of Lucas mechanical fuel injection. Of 98,850 produced, 83,480 were actually exported. Many of them went to the USA. Succeeding the TR6 was this TR7. This particular version bears the old camp Quaker State Oil racing livery from the IMSA series in the US. Next along is the classic MGA, produced from 1955 to 1962, which replaced the MGTF. It was based on a body-on-frame design, originally with a 1500cc engine and later with a twin-cam version. Those of you familiar with the iconic movie Get Carter will remember the Sunbeam Alpine two-seater drop head that met a grisly end in the film. Produced in 5 series from 59 to 68, this is a series 2 or 3 from 1963, that year being a crossover period for the model. This is one of 750 Abingdon produced special edition MGB GTs celebrating the 50 years of MG. In actual fact, it was their 52nd anniversary. There are still around 10,000 MGBs on the road in the UK. What makes this one different is it's finished in aqua blue, a colour that was produced for a very short period of time. This is a 1957 MG Magnet ZA or ZB. Produced from 1953 to 1968 and designed by Gerald Palmer, it was an amalgamation of a Wolseley body and an Austin engine. Moving back again to the USA, this takes us to a September 58 Chevrolet Bel Air Coupe. It's a third generation vehicle with a 4.9 litre engine. Still more accessible than the Mark I Golf is this Mark II. This particular car is a later one with the larger bumpers fitted from 92 or 1993. This 1959 Ford Popular has been lightly modified and fitted with a Ford 2-litre Zetec engine. The standard of finish on the vehicle, both inside the car and outside, and particularly the engine bay itself, is an absolute credit to the owner. Next along is one of 5,256 TVR Chimeras produced. This is a 95 model, 4 litres, fitted with the Rover V8. One of my favourite cars of the show is this April 1980 Mark II Granada pre-facelift. It's actually an S-Pack model and they were fitted with uprated suspension, TRX wheels and spot lamps. Now bearing in mind that the facelift came in 1981, this was actually a very late car produced by the Cologne factory. The brilliant red and black vinyl roof combination works really well. What makes this next car rare is it's a Mark IV Cortina, rarer still as a 2-door and also fitted with a 2-litre engine. It's been modified by a Granada bib spoiler, a rear sunblind and a rear spoiler, but the overall effect still looks really good. Top marks to those of you that know the next vehicle is a Goggamobile T-Series sedan. An unbelievable 214,000 of these were produced from the mid-50s to the late 60s. It's a microcar, air-cooled, 2-stroke, 2-cylinder engine, a 300cc. This particular model from 1956 has a heady 14.8 horsepower and is fitted with the rear hinged front doors, so-called suicide doors. Nobody tires of seeing a Mark I Escort, particularly fitted with the dog bone front grille. This is a lightly modified version and that's actually sporting an engine of some description that's around about 2.3 litres. Here's a real survivor, a 1964 Vauxhall Viva HA, a 1057cc sedan that was produced from 63 to 66. It was really one of Vauxhall's first post-war efforts at a compact car. Produced in Australia, Portugal and New Zealand, and with a power output of 44 brake horsepower. This particular car is in fantastic condition. Next along is a Mercedes 190 SL, SL standing for super light. It's the W121 designation model, produced from 1955 to 1963, fitted with an 1897cc engine and producing 104 horsepower. 25,881 of these vehicles were produced during its life. It's a really beautiful car, particularly in this turquoise colour. No classic car show in the UK would be complete without an example of the David Back designed Rover P5. In fact, this particular show has two of them. Next along is this huge Mercury Monterey 4th generation. It's produced from 1959 to 1960 and fitted with a 5.1 litre or 6.3 litre V8. It really is an impressive car, and particularly the combination of the light green metallic exterior and green interior is a combination that you're seldom likely to see on many cars these days. Here's a Vauxhall Victor FC, so-called 101 model due to the 101 improvements over its predecessor. This particular vehicle dates from July 1966, and despite a production run from 63 to 67, 238,000 vehicles were produced, but many don't survive as well like this. Always a rare car is this white Nova two-door sedan, particularly these days. This vehicle dates from February 1987 and fitted with the 1 litre 45 horsepower engine. You rarely see a Vauxhall Nova and then two come along again at once. This particular version's got a bit more power to play with. It's a Nova SR from January 1988 and is fitted with the 70 horsepower engine, the most powerful available in the Nova at the time. Sharing many components with the VW Golf is this July 1982 VW Jetta 1500. As I said, it's Golf based, introduced in 1979 and actually designed by the same designer, Giuseppe Giugiaro of Ital Design. The owner of this next car paid around £5,000 in 1982 to take ownership of this XR3. This vehicle had a very short life. Being fitted with the twin choke Weber carburetors, it was replaced very quickly afterwards by the XR3i, which benefited from fuel injection and a 5-speed gearbox. This car's in particularly superb order, and the owner spent countless hours perfecting the finish and also the period interior, which looks absolutely period correct with the red striped seats. A really super car. Next up is a 1984 4.2 litre Daimler Sovereign Series 3. It's in really good order, and this particular car is a two-owner vehicle. A particular favourite of mine is this deregistration 1966 Hillman Minx Series 6, fitted with a 1725cc engine. It's the so-called Audax Minx, Audax coming from the Latin for audacious, and basically this vehicle was a relatively heavy facelift late in the life of closely related to its Roots Group cousin is this Singer Gazelle 5 from May 1963, fitted with the 1592cc engine. Next up is a modified Austin Healey fitted with the Sebring hardtop and touring kit. This allows the driver and passenger a lot more space. This is an earlier Porsche 944 from January 1985. This is actually fitted with the 2.5 litre engine, producing 161 horsepower. Top of the range in Capri terms was this 2.8 litre injection. It's not a final Brooklands vehicle, but it must be very near the end of production, being an 86 deregistration car. Back in 1953, £553 would buy you an Austin A30 with an 803cc A-Series engine, producing just enough power to get you to 67 miles an hour and 0 to 60 in 42 seconds. Here we get a fleeting look at a Rover P6 3.5 litre, a really superb looking car. In the early 60s you could have purchased this June 1961 Ford Zodiac 2.6. It's a straight 6 engine and actually gives a top speed of 88 miles per hour. And in fact, for this you would only have to pay £968. Another Roots Group vehicle is this 1966 Hillman Superminx, fitted with the familiar 1725cc engine. As part of changes for the Mark III, the wrap-round rear windscreen was removed and a number of other styling changes inside and out the vehicle were made. The next car up is a Riley from 1966, and it was one of 6 brands spun off the BMC ADO 16 platform, ADO 16 coming from the Amalgamated Drawing Office Project 16. The designer of this vehicle was Sir Alec Zigonis, and it incorporated such features as a transverse engine and hydroelastic suspension. Ford's executive car offer of the 1960s was a wide one. This particular vehicle is a Zodiac, finished in a unique burgundy and white paint finish and period white wall tyres. A sister vehicle that would have been in the showroom at a very similar time is the Ford Zephyr, and this particular example, finished in a two-tone pea green and white, also fitted with white wall tyres, is a really impressive looking vehicle. Here's a well-travelled vehicle. It's a Saab 95 from 1973. It's a two-door station wagon fitted with a 1498cc Ford V4 engine. With concept car looks is this 1990 Toyota Sierra. It's a vehicle that wasn't officially imported to the UK, but with its butterfly, so-called gullwing doors, it's a very striking vehicle. And now for a later Mercedes SL model is this 1993 R129 SL. It's one of the later Bruno Sacco designs, and this particular vehicle is a 280. From June 1957 is this Bond microcar Mark D, fitted with a Villiers 197cc single cylinder 2-stroke engine. The top speed was just 30 miles an hour. So progress would have been pretty slow. Thanks for joining Lot 76 Cars at the Waldron Classic Car Show. Please like, share and subscribe, and feel free to check out part 1 of this video and also any other videos on the channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.